You're watching Tiny Tales!
Hansel and Gretel. Once upon a time, in a small cottage, a woodcutter and his wife lived with their children, Hansel and Gretel. The woodcutter's wife, who was the children's stepmother, persuaded her husband to abandon the children in the forest, so that she could have all the food and wealth for herself.
Let us take them deep into the forest,
She said,
so that they will never find their way back. We shall tell them we are going camping.
it was the last thing the father would have wanted, but he feared his wife gravely, and so reluctantly agreed. Little did they know, Hansel overheard the plan.
Oh, Gretel. I heard stepmother talking to father. She told him to take us deep into the forest and leave us there.
Gretel sighed.
But why? We're her children too.
I don't know, but I think she wants to get rid of us. We have to be careful. We can't trust her.
What are we going to do?
Asked Gretel.
I'll think of something. Don't worry, I'll take care of us.
Later that night, Hansel filled his pockets with white breadcrumbs and Gretel packed a small bag with food. As they journeyed into the forest, Hansel scattered the breadcrumbs behind them, creating a trail to follow back home. Little did he know the birds were eating the breadcrumbs as soon as they fell, so there was no way to find home once their father left them. They journeyed deep into the forest. Then father said,
Children, gather some sticks. I want to make a fire.
Father, why are you making a fire?
To keep us warm, my children.
Soon enough, Hansel and Gretel dozed off.
Come, my husband, it's time to go home.
Their father left them stranded and alone in the forest. The next day, they woke up clueless as to where their father and stepmother was.
Hansel, where are we?
I think the better question would be, where is father?
He said he was taking us camping, but he didn't mention leaving us here. Did he really listen to stepmother?
I knew it. I knew she would convince him.
Oh, Hansel, what will we do now?
I filled my pockets with breadcrumbs and made a trail, remember? We can follow them back home.
They were soon to find out that the birds ate all the breadcrumbs up, and there was no trail to lead them back to home. As they walked deeper into the forest, Hansel couldn't shake the feeling that they were being swallowed up by the trees the further they go, and they might never find their way out. After wandering for hours and eating the little food they had packed, they became hungry and would give anything for a drop of water. They stumbled upon a house made of gingerbread and candy, with windows made of sugar and a roof made of cake. A witch, who had built the house to lure children, invited them in so she could trap them.
Welcome, little ones.
She cackled.
You look so tired. Come on in and get some rest, while I make you a meal.
The witch planned to eat them for dinner, but Hansel was too thin, she thought, so she put him in a cage and fed him sweets to fatten him up. Meanwhile, Gretel was forced to work as her little servant. They had been there for days. Hansel was relentlessly eating candy, while Gretel had to do everything for the witch. Until one day, the witch ordered Gretel to climb into the oven to test its heat. Gretel's quick thinking is what saved them.
I don't know how to work an oven, missus.
Child, I said test it.
But I do not know how.
The witch angrily pushed Gretel out of her way to test the oven herself, and Gretel quickly got behind her and pushed her into the oven instead, baking her alive. After escaping the witch's house, Hansel and Gretel found their way home with the help of a white duck, who offered to take them across the river, which they had to cross to get back home. "What mischief are you up to in these enchanted woods, little rascals?" Hansel explained their situation, and the duck offered to take them. After crossing the river, Hansel and Gretel found their way home by following a path that led them back to their village. They were finally reunited with their father, who had realized his mistake and was overjoyed to see his children again.
Oh, Hansel. Oh, sweet Gretel, my darlings. I've missed you like crazy. I was a wreck, lost without you. I had no clue how to track you down.
Oh, Father, we were so scared.
Their stepmother had died shortly after leading them into the forest, and the family lived happily ever after.